Alrighty, guys. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go again. Boys, what's my weakness? Girls. Okay, then. Alright, hang on a second. Just gotta find it. There it is. And ta-da! Here I am, folks, in my Sun King shirt. Louis the 14th on Sunday, November 27th. I like to honor the sun on Sunday. Might as well, right? It is the sun's day, after all. Okay, let me just get my shades on. Again, I wear those to protect my eyes primarily. Let's see if the action's started yet. Alright, looks like it has. It's so weird. Sometimes it's full screen, sometimes it's not. Today's one of those days when it's not full screen. So, we're sliding into the evening here. And it's getting darker later and later. Like, it's only 4:12 right now and the sun's already setting. Kind of crazy. I kind of don't like it. Like, I like when... Like, I do like the dark. But... I guess all's not bad, right? Like, I don't mind long nights. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court. Let me adjust my headphones here. There we go. Okay, ready to go. I'll be following this up today with a Wrath of the Lich King episode. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you just so happen to be catching this stream, show, or video post facto. I believe that's after the fact. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Also, donations at Venmo, Stormer Show. Whew, that was a close one. I know, you're giving your all to defend me. Pretty much standard case scenario there, Maya. I can feel the death penalty hanging in the air. They would not give you death penalty for self-defense. Right? They would not do that. Why would they do that? Even if you had murdered him in self-defense, again, they would not give you the death penalty for that. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you're wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? Not really. We stick to the facts. We might do a little jiggering, but we stick to the facts. By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yep, a lot of heart. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of heart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? I'm gonna do my best to do that southern accent for her, but she's a hard one to do. Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Why, Mia? Why, Maya? Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Maya? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Yep, she died in like the second episode of the last game. So, yeah, keeps coming back as a ghost. June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Trying to scoot forward so you guys can hear me a little bit easier. That's why I have my microphone dead center. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Oh! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I called my witness, sit there and quietly watch like a good little boy. She's so... feisty. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. She's a lot like your dad, Baron Von Karma. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hi, Phoenix. How you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. I didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza! Name and occupation. Now! I declare what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self. Yeah, why is she even allowed to have that weapon here? Like, what the heck? That's fine. It's fine that she's whipping everybody into shape over here. That's fine. This ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. Exactly. How is she able to bring a weapon into the courtroom? There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and my job yet. Yeah, she's very hasty today, Von Karma is. Name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? No whipping people in the courtroom. You're taking us back to the days of the slaves and the Hebrews. Witness testimony, Lotta Hart. Only the doc and defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We heard this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. We rushed into the room. So technically Phoenix saw the same thing that she did. I don't know what good her testimony is going to be. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant, waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. There would have been the body of... what's his name again? How do I... Can't pull anything up right now. Gray, right? The surgeon guy. The surgeon guy's body would have been there. The dead guy. Did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Wrecking course? Excuse me? Wrecking course. It's short for you wrecking. Of course I did. Ah! Does it look like I care? You should care. You're the prosecutor on this case. Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will it be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. I'm taller than a hickory smoked sausage. I'm trying to use Sandy as her example. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. You're forgetting something, right? Phoenix went in. Lotta was there. Lotta took the picture. A picture taken at the murder scene. Lotta's photo added to the record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? We'll clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. You watch me, and someday all will know. Spring Awakening reference on that. Witness account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the challenge chamber. Hold it! Was it really only those two that went in? Objection! What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Burke. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? No, it was us too. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, you can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the challenge chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Let's continue. I already lost a point for that? What the heck? We're waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. That didn't used to be the case. You didn't used to lose credit for pressing witnesses. Was it really a gunshot? Objection! Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Burke, why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think that something that sounded like a gunshot. Why are we here listening to the defense testify? The world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago. So I know. I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Okay, yeah, at least I'm not still losing points. Broke the door down, we rushed the room. Hold it! I was the one who broke the door down, wasn't I? Let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Meeks, right? Why don't you tell us what happened? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing, that was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smelling rather open. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Yeah, I actually lost credit for that. Wow. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Was she really waving it around? Are you sure it was the defendant, my FA? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Click. Lotta, at a time like this, times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. This is a memory. How... I mean, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see... Order, Miss Hart. You're here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats, I'm trapped like one again. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room, but we were there. Be absolutely certain of that. Sure I am. That old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch, does she mean Morgan Fey? There's no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wright given? Huh? What in that? Wright given, you know. You reckon? That's a given. Took me a good look around the room once. How did she have time for that? There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. I thought I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What, you got a problem? Wright given? I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding. You'd stop saying such things as Wright given. Ah. Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. Exactly, she's just presenting the facts. And I was with her, so half of this you can't even really argue. So I know she's telling the truth. Enough. Seems that there are no witnesses with issues with Mrs. Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. Victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. Face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. Oh, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do? I just let this go. What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. But make one wrong move, I'm going to have to judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Present evidence, or I can't present anything yet. Let's see if I can present evidence. Your Honor, Mr. Wright. It's possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant. What? Do you know what you're proposing? Yeah, that's just plain fool's talk. Thanks, guys. Your show of support is just great. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court proof. Prove to the court this person is not Maya Fey. Can I even do that? What is that behind Gray? Oh, it's his hand. It's like, what is that? I don't know if I have proof like that. I don't know if I have proof of that being the case. Could it have been Morgan Fey? Maya's aunt. I don't think so, right? I actually don't think so. Like, her hair is not even the same. I don't know if it would be this. I'm a little bit lost, guys. We're gonna have to check it out. Let's see here. Yeah, justice for all. Why am I so bad at this game? Really, I don't think I'm that bad at the game, but it... sometimes, guys. Okay, so we are on the reunion and turnabout. Second day trial. Yeah, second day trial. We had a recess. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of a tricky trial. Like, again, I don't know which evidence there is. Okay, so we just came back. A lot hurt, yeah. Oh, I can't present anything yet, so I had to select that. I had a feeling that was the case. Ay. Can I do takebacks? I'm gonna have to lose points, right? There's no other option. Like, you have to lose points at this point. I had to present the folding screen. Based on that theory, here's your proof. Objection! Doesn't actually show anything again, and we're pretty much sunk. Is there a problem? Oh no, I thought it would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. Even Von Karma's clowning me. Guess I wasn't showing enough confidence. Like, there is no other evidence. Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Phoenix Wright. But you should give up trying to prove this is not my affair. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just didn't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. Exactly. Really not anything you could do, actually. That's enough. That's it? Is this all I could do? Again, I don't think that photo would be admissible in a court. Like, you can't actually identify who's in the photo. So how is that evidence? It's not evidence at all. All it shows is someone's back. I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I wouldn't say not possible. I told you, totally 100% impossible. Swan Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume. I couldn't protect my... Yeah, actually, there was actually nothing to do, Phoenix. The defense. The defense. Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia, your sister actually killed somebody, and now we're trying to get her off for some reason. And you're still wearing stuff that's highly suggestive. What are you doing here? I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls. Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, please? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Oh, she's taking the form of Pearly? Like, the possession stuff is so weird in this game. Like, I don't know how it works at all. Must be based in the Japanese culture, because I have absolutely no clue how that works. I was actually planning on seeing Japan next year. I'll probably have to think about it over Christmas, see if that's actually in the cards. I don't know, actually. I definitely don't want to spend as long traveling. I think I've already confirmed that. But, yeah, it's a challenge. Dr. Gray. I was murdered. What? At a time like this, times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. So that was Lotta during the murder. But why did she get any of Maya as she appeared? She doesn't seem normal. She didn't seem normal at all. Like, why would you not get a picture of her? There's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, please. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. How do we... So I think I was on the money when I pressed her harder on who was the identity of the person that she took the picture of, but I don't have any evidence that allows me to continue pressing that issue in the game. This court would like to end the cross-examination period. Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. Afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated... it's fine. Allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. What better time than this for you to see that? But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Alright, allow it. She just runs the courtroom. It's great. It's hard. Hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to go talk about? Tell us once more what happened when you burst into the challenge chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through him. Very bizarre trial, very bizarre. This account part 2. We broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. So why is it such a horrible photo? Then, nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle like you'd like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Amuse me with your useless questions. Right, I'm waiting. It's too bad they don't have voice acting in this game, because I would be very interested to hear how the objection voice reads the lines. He broke into the room like a focus on his mind. Oh! Press everything. What'd she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. Different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. I've already made the point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Well, I reckon that's possible. Objection! The body inside the room is not that of Dr. Gray. And whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? But what was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? What if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool stopping foolish foolishness, just as I suspected a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. That would make a defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? Really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. Are you really? Even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah, Mr. Phoenix Wright. But it'd kill you to stay on topic for a change. My job is to speculate. Would it, Mr. Wright? Nice, tag team in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not 5.1. 5.1. I don't know what he means by that. Still managed to take my camera at mine and take a shot. Hold it. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. It's hard. Where's the other picture you've been withholding? No, y'all got it wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I am evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Ain't obvious? The prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. Aha! What? Von Karma! cannot withhold evidence from the court, Von Karma. You're the prosecutor. You're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Francisca, leave it to the judge. I'll have to confront her. There's simply no other way. Your Honor, the defense asks the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I'm so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? More trouble than it's worth. I believe than it's worth. How can you say that? You want to see that badly, I'll submit it. Photo 2 added to the record. I still don't know what this is. What is this? What is this picture? I mean, it's a better angle. We can finally see who is in the picture, but again, the expression itself, and we have to basically confirm that it's not an expression Maya can make. It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. It's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. So he's actually able to tell who it is in that photo just from that. I found it hard to tell. Should I or should I not insist the person in this picture is not Maya? I have to insist it's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body is taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn. But somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Through channeling, I believe. I'm not sure how that works. Order, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who's inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft, huh? Softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. Making that face again. She's smiling. I think you better continue to worry. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? How did you possess Pearlie? Like, what? Your Honor, I'd like for you to take a look at this picture. Is that Mia? This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during this visit. Maya Fey, but isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Yeah, I don't know how that works at all. It's unbelievable that she can. Yeah, exactly. This is not possible in real life. It is the truth. Maya Fey is in that state. She physically changes into the person she's called. In this case, and actually, can you clearly not see that Pearlie has changed appearance to Maya? Not Maya, sorry, Mia. Mia, her older sister, has no one in this courtroom. There's like probably 100 people in this courtroom. Like, how does no one notice that? No one noticed that. Like, especially Von Karma. She's the prosecutor. Like, she's there next to Phoenix, sitting next to Phoenix, across from you in the court. How would you not notice that she looks like a different person? Like, she looks like a totally different person. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Yeah. Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. What? Now you're talking silly talk. Mia, Maya. It's Mia, right? I'm not good with names, and all names are very similar. Thank goodness Pearlie had a different name. Surely you must know that the picture can't be submitted as evidence. So why are we pressing the issue then? Mia. You need to be a little bit more clear on your line of reasoning. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, the case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. It is very clearly Mia. In the photograph, I don't have a single witty line. Looks like we've been had. Well, yeah, obviously, you're possessing people, Mia. For some reason, you're possessing people. I don't claim to understand this, and I cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in the picture is not Maya? I can prove it. Show a picture of Meanie Miny Mo. Your Honor. Buyers return their eyes, I see. In this picture lies a critical contradiction to all testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem in this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange in this picture for the court? Maya's appearance, I would say. It's not this, right? It has to be your appearance. Please direct your attention here. To her face? With your own two eyes, you can clearly see that this face does not belong to Maya Fey. Objection! Ooh, you don't even know what you're talking about anymore. That hurt. Didn't we just finish discussing her appearance changes during channeling? No, you ain't no dummy. Don't think you're a fool. There's a limit to everything, Mr. Wright. That includes patience. And now the game is taking me off. You're supposed to be helping me. Even Maya's mad at me now. I have to focus. So you think you spotted a problem in this picture? So annoying, guys. So annoying. Yes, she changes appearance during channeling. And really the game should go into more detail on the details of channeling. Because when she channels, she essentially becomes a different person, doesn't she? I mean, if she is that other person, she's not the same person. That's kind of significant in a trial. Like, she actually is someone else. Like, you can't just brush that aside and say, like, oh, she was channeling. She was channeling, so it was still her. Like, no, that's not how channeling works as it's established in the game. Like, as it's established in the game, she actually becomes a different person. So, actually, that is very important to the trial. Like, you can't just dismiss that and say, oh, she was just channeling, so, you know, it's still her. Like, no, that's not how channeling works as it's been explained in the game. So, again, how are they going to criticize that as the line of reasoning? I don't understand that at all. Point to the right hand to the sleeve. Again, this looks like an ordinary sleeve to me. It actually does. Does it look like an ordinary sleeve to you? Because it totally looks like an ordinary sleeve to me. I don't see any holes in it at all. Please direct your attention here to the sleeve. There isn't anything odd about it. I tried to follow up with evidence. That's exactly why it's so odd. Something that should be here is suddenly missing. Oh, the bullet is missing? Is that what the game is trying to insinuate? Should be there? Like, exactly. I get, like, she changes her attire. She becomes a different person. And that would also affect her judgment and decision making. Like, she's no longer responsible for the choices she makes when she's possessed. There's a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. And again, how does that break from what the game's already established that she was channeling, so it was still her? Like, again, we're still confirming that original line of reasoning that when she channels, she becomes a different person. She looks different. She's dressed different. She is actually different. Why do we need the bullet hole in the sleeve to prove that when it looks physically different? I actually don't know. I don't understand the logic of the people in the courtroom or in this game. On Karma, you intend to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You'll most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. This should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. There she goes, curtsying again. Tisk, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I'd like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? Those fools at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole. I've gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to the case. I see. It's lying through her teeth, I know it. I knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. So, if Phoenix knew about it, how is it possible that she didn't know about it? We can't prove that. Francesca Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, no need to worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. There shall be a great gnashing of the teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken in custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. Pretty much everyone should have known. From the evidence, I mean, I don't know how anyone would not know that. Like, how would you not know that there's a bullet hole there? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's already been presented as evidence in this trial. Like, again, how would you not know that? It's not possible to not know. It's been presented as evidence. Anyway, however, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting there was none. The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. Not only that, but no one seems to be confused that Mia has possessed Pearlie's body and is giving Phoenix advice. No one sees that, no one notices that, and no one has remarked on that thus far. No one even notices that Pearlie has become a different person as well. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you got and it's one shot, right? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Is she Pearlie? Is she Maya? I don't know, Mel. I'm totally confused. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. This picture is a fake, the bullet hole was made later, the shooter is someone else. It's actually someone else. We've been saying that the entire time. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? And again, we've been saying that the entire time. How do we lose points on that? How do we lose points on that? Also, order! Order's not restored. I will suspend this trial. Ow! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. There she goes with her song again. It's just a little bit spread out. Yeah, it's definitely spread out. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Witness. Why is she allowed to whip everybody? That doesn't seem right. What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know. If you were lying, I swear to that my whip will be the last thing you see. And now she's threatening people in the courtroom as well? Like, what is going on here? Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear it wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Again, we have to explain how channeling works in the game. Because that's not something that people can actually do in real life, so... I have to explain something to make sense. The person in this picture is not the defendant. This poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? Second, where did this person come from? Do you not see Pearlie, like, they swap places? It's kind of like the Martian headhunter from Justice League. That's his name, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. how he can change appearance. Like, that is totally how it actually works. Like, it actually changes. Like, physical changes and everything. But in her case, she actually becomes the other person. Where did the fin vanish to? That's right. Hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, sorry, guys. I missed the again. But I guess you can always play it again if you want to. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. Can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. I believe Mia always did that. Actually, she normally called him Phoenix. How am I supposed to prove something like this? Enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Go back to making our beat, Von Karma. You think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. You would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from? Where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left that room somehow? I can prove that either one of those contradictions any one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the challenge chamber is... Okay, third person to enter it, Maya had left the room, something I can't explain yet. I believe it's gonna have me say something I can't explain yet, right? Maya had left the room, black key. Again, I still don't understand how channeling works, so that could be something to do with my confusion. Again, I thought they actually did change places. And how is it possible? So Maya basically summoned them. Is that how it worked? Like, I actually don't know. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point. The defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey is being looked at by her aunt, Morgan Bay. What? The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. So during... And actually, it was before the murder. Because the picture that was taken was immediately following the murder. And it's someone else. So actually, she left the room before the murder took place, is what it actually happened, based on what we see from all this evidence. She actually left the room entirely, apparently. I don't understand this at all, but okay. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? I've seen it. Hey, that's the challenge chamber key, right? Before the challenge started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all. And no one saw her leave the challenge chamber, by the way. I just want to make that clear. No one saw her leave. Not Morgan, not Phoenix, not Lotta, and apparently they were all standing outside of the challenge chamber. So how do you account for that? Not one of them saw Maya leave the challenge chamber. None of them saw her leave. So, what? Again, what? Like, none of them saw that. Yeah, I actually don't know. What can you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time for arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. The girl right here next to me. That little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. Again, I don't understand the game's reasoning at all. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then it would not be holding the key you see before you. So... she left the room, she gave Pearly the key, and all without being noticed. I find that fascinating. Without being noticed at all. She wasn't noticed. She was arrested, but she wasn't noticed, so I don't know how that works. Seems to come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. This Von Karma. How can this be? She always follows up with the same beat. If they speed it up a little bit, it could actually make a song. Almost like we will rock you. We will rock you. At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How's there a flaw in my perfect case? Because it's not a perfect case. There is basically supernatural events occurring in this trial, so I don't see how that could be a perfect case. Things that simply have no rational explanation happen in this case. I don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm a prodigy. I've never lost a case. I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. And you have to keep using your whip, which I don't even know how that's allowed. Even if this is a cartoon, how's that allowed? I don't care what I have to do. I'll get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you'd like to continue, do so in lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court adjourned. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Wow. That was you, Pearlsy? You summoned my sis? Pearly? I felt I had no choice. Yeah, how? And no one noticed it, except for Maya, apparently. And she wasn't even there. Like, she wasn't even there. Which I also find strange, because usually the defendant is in the courtroom during the trial. Throughout the trial, actually. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick. How'd you know? She looked different. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. Yeah, and no one saw you leave that room either, which makes it even more fascinating. I don't think that third person could have gone into that room. Like, again, this is so confusing. I don't know how channeling works at all. I actually do not know how it works. At least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Figure out how channeling works, I guess. You can figure out how you basically became possessed and swapped places with someone else. I don't know how you did that. Like what happened in the room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. By the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh, a ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered. So sheltered, so secluded from the rest of the world. She just got possessed by a grown woman, but she does not know how the world is. Part 3 investigation. We'll be doing that in the next episode, guys. I'll be following this up with Wrath of the Lich King gameplay, so stay tuned for that. Oh boy. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I'm not too hard to understand too when I'm leaning back. Maybe I could do a quick test. Maybe I should try saying stuff. Testing. Yeah, it's like when I'm leaning back, it's like you can see like I'm relaxed when I'm like this, but it's like, can you still hear me? Like you can see the microphone. Like the microphone is directly in front of me, but I'm still probably like, I don't know if you can tell, like probably like 2 feet away or so from the microphone. Because for me to be closer to the mic, I'd have to lean forward in my chair. Actually, the chair doesn't even work like that, as you can see, kind of. Like, yeah, my back is not even against the chair. Like, when I'm leaning back like this, my back is against the chair. My back is against the pillow. it does feel comfortable. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. I'll keep working on this setup I've got here, but I'll be following up with Wrath of the Lich King after I get done eating. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for the support. I'll be back after this commercial break.